Travis Scott has been rumored to be releasing Utopia in June, according to an article from his record label. Travis also announced at his All-Star Weekend performances over the weekend with Cactus Jack that Utopia would be coming soon. He then proceeded to say, but first, we've got to take care of Sheck Wes's next project, then Sofago has an EP coming out, and after that, Utopia is coming. Now, I want to take you back for a minute. Take you back to a time before AstroWorld released. If you are old enough, you probably remember a time when Travis Scott was the most talked about and anticipated artist in hip hop. Before AstroWorld, fans were starved for new music from Travis Scott, because most of his fans enjoyed Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight, but Travis had said that album was not the sequel to Rodeo, which is what everyone wanted, and that album was AstroWorld. So to summarize, Travis had announced AstroWorld before Birds. Birds releases in fall 2016 and is met with a lot of good reception, but even Travis himself knew AstroWorld was the album that would solidify him as a superstar. So for over 2 years, he cooked up AstroWorld, and I think I can say that is without a doubt one of the biggest albums of the 2010s. And deserved a Grammy for Best Hip Hop Album of 2018. But one of the most important things I saw throughout this time period was just how many people saw Travis Scott as someone they wanted to be. Travis even got me to buy a shirt during the first week of the release of AstroWorld. If you remember, Travis Scott had an amazing plan to capitalize on the sales rules that Billboard had at the time and was able to have a huge first week sales and second week sales, even making an enemy during the second week because he went number 1 2 weeks in a row, beating out Nicki Minaj's new album at the time, Queen. So to say the least, AstroWorld when it was first released had a huge impact on the youth, and a lot of people started rocking Travis merch, and you'd see people just trying to act like Travis Scott, and I'm not exactly sure how to explain it, but people would want to be Travis Scott, and it was clear. Travis would continue to be an idol years after AstroWorld, having his own Fortnite concert, having his own seltzer, cacti, and of course, the infamous Travis Scott meal from McDonald's.
Can I help you?
I shoved a cactus up my ass.
But after the dust settles after a few years, you don't see people trying nearly as hard for Travis Scott anymore. It could just be the youth doesn't seem to connect nearly as much to Travis anymore. It seems they are much more attracted to Playboi Carti and his whole opium label. The new thing now is being opium styled. Now, yes, you can make an argument that it's just more in your face because of the amount of TikToks you'll see of people breaking down Destroy Lonely's fit, or Ken Carson doing something weird and fans trying to recreate it. With all fairness though, Travis Scott was everywhere during his 2018-2019 peak. It mostly was Instagram and Twitter that you'd see conversations about him, but that's what the most popular social medias were at the time. But what I'm getting at is that Travis has lost the very thing that was making him so many sales. That is the fact that people wanted to be him and go crazy just like he does. However, the person that people think goes crazy and music never misses now is Playboi Carti, and rightfully so. He released Whole Lotta Red only a couple years after Die Lit, and was absolutely a superstar after Whole Lotta Red, just like Travis did with AstroWorld. With that, Playboi Carti ran and signed Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, and Homicide Gang, and flooded the hip-hop scene with his style of music, which directly affects how people want to act, and with that, Playboi Carti was the new guy on top. But I think Travis is about to take that spot once again. I think one of the main reasons Travis lost that main position in hip-hop is because of the lack of release of music. Now, it's pretty obvious, but Travis has done almost everything he can to stay in the public eye and keep himself relevant. But it does worry me a bit that he seems more worried about being in the public eye and staying relevant rather than making more fire music. I truly think Travis has to release Utopia this year if he wants to maintain the popularity his music has. Now, Travis has to deliver with this album, and he is more than aware of this. He knows that the amount of people that are looking at him and saying he's a terrible person because of the AstroWorld Festival tragedy, he sees the people saying that his delivery on some songs of late sounds so lifeless. I just have this feeling that Travis knows his back is up against a wall right now. I just see Travis knowing the amount of pressure he has on him right now and being able to push right through the adversity and have another insane album. And then once again, the youth will be rocking Travis Scott merch and wanting to be Travis once again. Lastly, I just want to say I'm not trying to put Travis and Cardi against each other. I'm positive they both want each other to succeed just as much as I do, and I'm sure all of you do. Just where my heart lies with the music has always been Travis Scott, then Playboi Carti. It could just be me and that I've outgrown the new hip-hop culture, but I think Travis Scott will be able to regain that energy the youth gives off once again. Of course, this is all speculation, and I'm just excited to hear new music from Travis Scott and Playboi Carti. Like all of you, I'm sure you've been waiting year after year for Utopia, but I think it's coming soon, so be ready. I do think we could see a change in the generation with the release of Utopia. Thanks for watching.